What's good, guys? I hope you guys are having an amazing day, guys. Today, I don't know why, but I woke up and I started scratching my eyes, like rubbing my eyes, and because they were like itching a little, my left eye specifically. And then I went back to sleep, and then when I woke up, my eye was super swollen, like my whole left eye was swollen and red. And I don't know if it's because I touched a cat or what, but my eye is kind of swollen right now. So if you see my eye a little bit more, like slanted or a little bit more like chinky than the other eye. I don't know if it's because I touched something or I don't know. I woke up today and I thought I was like attacked by something or something spit in my eye or something because my eye was messed up today. But we're still gonna do this prediction video, baby, because that's what we do. We always pull out the prediction videos out early. There's gonna be an early prediction breakdown for Aaron Blanchfield versus Macy Barber. But without further ado, we can't talk about next week or the next 2 weeks without talking about what happened last week. I want to mention, guys, Camilo lock of the week did not come through. Did not come through, unfortunately. I'm going to try to keep a close eye on a lot of these fighters, especially the fighters that are fighting on the Aaron Blanchfield versus Macy Barber card. I think we got a very good card. But with this card, for instance, let's break it down. Tisha Pennington versus Pinedo. Very close fight. One thing I want to say, guys, is with the lock, we are, out of the last 10 lock of the weeks, we are 8-2. Our only 2 lock of the weeks that have lost is Bo Nickel and Camilo. And both of those guys quit. So it's like there's like a hex on me or something because I'm trying my best to not pick these quitters, but I can't tell if these guys are quitters or not with my tape study that I do. I try to get the most amount of tape study done. And Gabe Green just had the better experience. I don't know. Okay, so Gabe Green was losing that fight until Camilo tried a mounted triangle, lost the sub attempt, and he got finished. He burned his arms out. I don't know what this guy Camilo was doing, but it is what it is. It happens. But we are 8 out of 2. We are 8-2 out of our last 10 for lock of the weeks. I'm going to be trying to bounce back and make it 11-2 for this week's card. Macy Barber versus Aaron Blanchfield. 6 best bets in lock of the week's not going to drop this Wednesday. It's going to drop next Wednesday. But I want to mention, guys, let's break down this card. Pennington versus Pinheiro. Very close fight. I don't know why Pinheiro... I don't know. It was a very close fight, but I did not expect Pinheiro to come out looking like that. She looked very good, and she definitely was capable of winning that fight. She could have even won that fight. If the judges gave her that fight, I would not have complained. Pennington, very close fight. She's always in a close fight. I got to be careful with Pennington, guys. Carlos Hernandez versus Sung Park. Park, beautiful submission, finishes his fight inside the distance. So many fights finished inside the distance. More fights than I expected it to. Gomes finishes that fight over Elise Reed. Very good performance. Lisboa, I pick flip to Lisboa. I don't know why I'm pick flipping to Lisboa. I'm going to try to pick flip a lot less. Santos, very beautiful performance. She looks great at 135. Deval, great rear naked choke. I did have Deval by KO on points, so that kind of burned me, but I did have Deval money line as well. I should have took by sub or KO. Gordon, Moises. I was talking about Gordon's chin being a little bit cracked. I think we got to talk about Moises' chin being cracked because, man, this guy has not been the same. He's been in too much wars now. Only 30 years old to have a baby chin like that already. He's done. Camilo, no fight IQ. I think I'm done picking Camilo, guys, for a long time. It is what it is. Costa, beautiful performance. I should have locked Costa. Costa had a great performance over Arosa. Very good performance. I don't know how it was 29-28. It could have been even 30-27. This guy Arosa has terrible striking, in my opinion. Ruzibov, beautiful performance. Ruzibov by decision was the play. That's why I like double chance. Ruzibov by KO on points. Stolfis had a very good submission attempt. And I like Ruzibov's submission defense, but he does leave his neck a little bit too open for Stolfis. But maybe he'll work on that. Yusuf got absolutely manhandled in that fight. Santos at only 24. The ceiling is so high for him. And Bellato versus Greg didn't happen because I believe Bellato, he caught something from kissing somebody or something. It is what it is. It happens. Morales versus Burns. Burns is a shell of his former self. He got finished in the first round. Had nothing for Morales. As soon as he gets hit, he gets a little bit rocked. Curls up into a ball against the fence, and the fight's over for the main event. But this card should be fun. It should get out the first round. One thing about Morales, guys, is I think he is the real deal. So may the future be bright for Morales. It's going to be lit. So without further ado, guys, let's go over the bets. Here's how we did with the bets. First bet was, yes, this fight goes a distance. Sadiq Youssef versus Marion Santos. 6 best bets in lock of the week did so good. The only ones that didn't hit, guys, were, of course, the lock of the week. The bonus was the over 3.5, and the 6th, I believe it was the 6th pick that I had. So only 2 out of my 4 confident picks missed. But over 3.5, we had Gilbert Burns, just in case the Michael Morales didn't hit. 15 bucks down the drain. Happens. It is what it is. Plus 219. I thought that the over 3.5 had a little bit of value, had some life to it, but it didn't in this case. Then I had this one, Julian Erosa, over 1.5 with the Costa versus Erosa fight. Put 25 just to win 43. Got it at minus 132. I thought it was some good value. I was like, let me just sprinkle. And if you guys haven't known, my new strategy is throwing 25 here, throwing 25 there, throwing 25. Normally, I would throw 50, 50, 50, 50. But instead of being down 50, let's say this over 1.5 doesn't hit. I'll be down 50 and I'll be having to try to make the 50 back. I'd rather just be down 25 and try to make the 25 back because there's value. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to go too crazy, especially on an Apex card where these guys are, all these fighters are ass. Over 1.5 hits. Let's go. Right here, we had a 5-leg parlay. Mazico Acosta, Rosibov, Marion Santos, over 1.5, and Michael Morales by Kieran points. I had the exact same parlay with Sadiq Yusuf, so either way, I was like, there's some value, guys. There's some value. But Marion Santos, I did not expect him to look that good. He looked amazing. Plus 496 cashes. Let's go. Next play, 2-leg parlay. Marion Santos by points. Plus 165 before the fight started. And Michael Morales by KO at a minus 125. Put 10 bucks to win 47. Very good night for me. This one as well. Marion Santos and Michael Morales by KO on points. I had Camilo in a bunch of parlays, but since he lost, a lot of my 10-leg parlays lost massively. So I had to make a lot of new parlays. Marion Santos, Michael Morales by KO on points. 50 for 98. I thought there was some value there. Let's go Marion Santos for the dub. Beautiful performance, my guy. I live bet him at a minus 172. I was like, if I'm going to live bet, let me put a little bit more on it. So let's go. That's what I like about this, guys. When you do 25-25, then as the card gets a little bit closer to the end, then you could go a little bit more heavier. Let's go. Beautiful performance from Marion Santos. One of the best performances that I seen last night, other than Michael Morales. And then this is the last one, 5-leg for plus 570. Mazuko Acosta, Rosibov, Marion Santos, Rodolfo Belauto by KO on points, but that got voided because that fight got canceled. And Michael Morales by KO on points for plus 570. Let's fucking go. We had a great night. So without further ado, guys, that was a little bit of a long intro, but let's break it down, guys. Hopefully my eye is going to be good and it's going to be healed. If it is a little bit, slanted, it is what it is. We'll get this card on the road. Let's get this show on the road. Without further ado, guys, the first fight of the night, 12-fight card. Let me know if you guys prefer this graphic more than Tapology. Let me know what you guys think, guys. It should be an amazing card. Here are the super early predictions for Macy Barber versus Aaron Blanchfield. So without further ado, Rayanne dos Santos versus Elise Ardelean. Rayanne dos Santos minus 360, Elise plus 240. 1-800 gambler type of fight. My rule of thumb off the rip is to never bet the first fight unless I'm pretty confident in it, like Atisha Torres last fight. But even then, it could have went to Luana Pinero. 1-800 gambler type of fight. Both of these ladies aren't the most elite. There's ladies all over this card. Rayanne dos Santos is a busy grappler, good striking, good popping her shots, and can be patient. Once on top, maintain top control very well. Good low kicks, always pressures, and decent takedown defense as well. She's looking to wrestle, and I know she will shoot in this fight. I expect dos Santos to definitely wrestle in this fight. She didn't wrestle in her last fight against Puja Dumar, and that fight was a split decision that was very close that you could argue could have went to the way of dos Santos. Matched up against Elise Ardelean. Elise is 9-7. That record already is a massive red flag. An athlete from Romania. She is signed to the UFC because of her followers. She has yet to win in the UFC. She is 0-2 in the UFC. Her 2 losses into the UFC are Shannon Bonin and Melissa Martinez. Elise can do it all. She has subs, KOs, and decision wins on her record. I'd say her biggest issue is her fight IQ and her sloppy striking. Elise can eat one to give one. She marches forward, looks to make things work off the fly. Against Melissa Martinez, she was super durable. She was supposed to be finished in that 3rd round by a nasty body shot, but the referee thought it was a low blow. So that kind of saved Elise Ardelean from being finished by Melissa Martinez. The pick is going to be Rayanne dos Santos by 29-28 unanimous decision. But you guys know the rule of thumb is I never bet the first fight unless I'm pretty confident. In this case, guys, maybe I'll just take that this fight goes a distance. Rayanne by decision to win 2 rounds out of the 3 with grappling and successful striking. I will say, guys, I love this graphic. The reason why is the leg reach, guys. 35.5-inch leg reach to 36. Leg reach is important, guys. We should take this into consideration as well. Give me Rayanne dos Santos to win this fight by unanimous decision. I'll go 29-28. Maybe we could take a double chance for some more value. Maybe by sub or points, KO on points. Let's go Rayanne dos Santos to start off the card. Now, this is a banger fight, guys. MarQuel Mederos versus Bolaji Oki. This fight, very quick turnaround for MarQuel Mederos. MarQuel Mederos plus 140, Bolaji Oki minus 195. By the way, guys, if you guys haven't, guys, subscribe, guys. We're so close to 2,400. Plus 140 for MarQuel, Bolaji Oki minus 195. This is going to be a banger scrap, and this is what I love about some of these scraps. MarQuel is a great striker with good combos, can be a little bit patient on the feet, but he will be looking to keep this fight on the feet. MarQuel just fought 1 month and 2 weeks ago against Austin Hubbard, which was a close split decision. Austin Hubbard jumped on his back, and I remember, correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember MarQuel just walked towards the center of the cage, or I believe he walked toward, I don't know if it was towards the center of the cage or he walked towards the fence, but he had Austin Hubbard on his back, and he was just walking with Austin Hubbard on his back. It was 1-1 going to the third, and he was getting grappled heavy, ended up pulling it out the fire, changed the momentum of the fight, and took over the third round to win a super close split decision over Austin Hubbard. MarQuel has good 1-2, great striking, but can be open to a takedown. Matched up against Bolaji Oki. Oki has an insane amount of power. Oki's coming off of a loss to Chris Duncan 7 months ago by guillotine choke. Chris Duncan just subbed Jordan Vasenik in March, so no shame into losing to Chris Duncan at all. Oki has a jab like a piston, very good jab. Always sets up his striking, doesn't get too wild. He does sometimes get a little bit, I will say, it could be contradicted because he can get a little reckless, but most of the time he's very technical. Oki can get tagged a little bit too much on the feet, more than I would like him to. He was winning against Chris Duncan, and he just fumbled the bag, just like Camilo against Gabe Green. It happens. It is what it is. It's going to be a very close fight. Bolaji Oki as the favorite seems very reasonable, but give me MarQuel Mederos by decision. I'm going to take the underdog. Give me money line, MarQuel Mederos plus 140. When we look at this 5'10", 5'10", I expect maybe Bolaji Oki to be a little bit bigger. 73-inch reach, but MarQuel Mederos is a very crisp boxer. Should be able to win at least 2 rounds out of 3. Give me MarQuel Mederos to win this fight. If you guys haven't, go look at his fight against Austin Hubbard. This guy has that dog in him. He has that dog in him. Give me MarQuel Mederos to win this fight, plus 140. Let's go, my guy. Let's go. This is what I love about these graphics, man. You could actually see the fighters. Kurt Holobaugh versus Jordan Leavitt. This is going to be a banger scrap. This is as good as it gets, guys. This is going to be a banger scrap. One thing I don't like about Kurt Holobaugh is his takedown defense, but we'll talk about it. Minus 160 for Jordan Leavitt. Kurt Holobaugh plus 140. Jordan Leavitt's celebration after his wins is crazy. Jordan is 4-3 in the UFC. Only losses are to Claudio Puelles, Paddy Pimblett, and most recently Chase Hooper. Jordan is 11-3. He's very good with his BJJ. Once down, he can maintain top control very well. He just has issues getting the fight down. Jordan has a good way of just making things work off the fly. He's a BJJ athletic beast with 6 subs in his pro career. The grappling is Jordan's path to victory. Matched up against Kurt, no takedown defense if his life depended on it. Holobaugh. Kurt is 38 years old, an Ultimate Fighter winner. I don't take that alkaloid seriously. How many fighters are Ultimate Fighter winners? And a lot of them don't really come to fruition. Kurt couldn't defend a takedown if his life depended on it. He comes forward, good striking, content to wrestle, but I hope not because this guy sucks once he's on the ground. He has no urgency to get up. He couldn't get up if his life depended on it against Alex Hernandez. No urgency. Very good BJJ, though. Sometimes he looks for a little bit too much BJJ off his back. His last fight was a close fight with Alex Hernandez, which could have arguably went his way, but it was a unanimous decision win for Alex Hernandez. He was on his way to winning that fight. It was 1-1 heading towards the third, but he managed to get outworked that last round. Kurt needs to work, and you could argue it could have went his way, but in my opinion, you shouldn't be going to war with Alex Hernandez. You shouldn't be going to war with Alex Hernandez at all, but I will say age is a little bit of a factor into why his performances aren't the best. Kurt has a 39% takedown defense. This guy needs to put his wrestling shoes on ASAP, guys. So, I know Jordan's going to wrestle. He's the favorite. Give me Kurt Holobaugh one more time. Kurt did look pretty good against Alex Hernandez. It was a super close fight. It arguably could have won his way, but the judges gave it unanimous to Alex Hernandez. I'm not going to take that fight into a massive amount of consideration. I'm not going to even think about that fight that much. I'm thinking about a new fight. It's a new fight. Every day's a new day. Kurt Holobaugh versus Jordan Leavitt. Give me Kurt Holobaugh to win this fight by unanimous decision. I'll go 29-28 after he edges 2 rounds out of the 3 and wins this fight by unanimous decision. Let's go, my guy, Kurt Holobaugh. I know a lot of people are going to be low on him after his last performance, but I think Kurt Holobaugh got it. He's still got at least one more in the bag. Let's go, Kurt Holobaugh, for the dub. Ramiz Brahimaj versus Oban Elliott. This is a banger scrap. It's Oban Elliott fight week, baby, in 2 weeks. Oban Elliott minus 700. Ramiz Brahimaj plus 395. Finally, Oban Elliott fight week. Oban is on an 8-fight win streak ever since losing to Manders Fleminas, correct me if I'm wrong with the pronunciation, by knockout 4 minutes into round 2. Oban Elliott's only 2 losses are to KO to Michael Figlak and Maras Fleminas. So his only 2 losses are by KO, which is a little bit of a red flag. But he's been so much. He's looked so much better each and every single performance. Oban has shown to have great fight IQ as of recent. A good one too. Management of range, management of distance. He is 3-0 in the UFC, not including Dana White Contender Series. Very good cardio, a variety of weapons in his arsenal. He's coming off of that beautiful round 3 TKO win over Bassel Hafiz with only 40 seconds left. With only 40 seconds into round 3. Oban is a talented striker looking to create chaos. Matched up against Ramiz Brahimaj. A hard grappler with a record of 11-5. Ramiz tends to not be as urgent to get up if he's taken down. Ramiz has some power on his hands, but his sub game is his bread and butter. At only 3-3 in the UFC, seems like a tailored matchup for Oban to style on him. Ramiz has a 100% finish rate. 10 of his finishes are by submission. Oban is a massive favorite, but I think he can fit the price tag if he gets the KO. Oban by KO on points to avoid the takedowns and sub game. Work. Oban 29-28 unanimous decision. But we know against Bassel Hafiz, I had Oban by decision. And Oban ended up knocking him out. That's why I love double chance by KO on points. I might just take Oban by KO. I might just take him by KO. I might just take Oban by KO. I like Oban by KO. Give me Oban by KO. I'm going to go 3rd round TKO, late 3rd round TKO. Let's go, my guy Oban Elliott to make waves on this card. Let's go. Ketlen Vieira versus Macy Chiasson. This is another fight where it could get a little bit dicey, it could get a little bit ugly, but this fight was rescheduled. This fight was supposed to happen at UFC Vegas 84. Now it's rescheduled. Ketlen Vieira is a heavy-handed Brazilian at 14-4. She's coming off of a decision loss to Kayla Harrison, who was fighting for the belt. And if Kayla Harrison wins the belt, she lost to a former champion. She lost to the UFC champion. She has good leg kicks and can control the fight to her own advantage. Ketlen looks to push you against the fence, hold you there, try to drag you down, use her height, weight to maintain top control and land some good pop shots. Ketlen at 33 years old is still in her prime in my honest opinion. Matched up against Macy Chiasson, who remembers Macy eating an up kick to the liver from Irene Aldana 2 years and 8 months ago. Still one of the most craziest finishes I've ever seen. I know it was Macy getting finished, but it was still pretty impressive. She then went on a 2-fight win streak, beating Pani Kansad and Maria Bueno Silva by doctor stoppage. Macy is only 33 years old, as she is she's very well-rounded, very well defensively sound as well. Great jab, good clinch work, lacks power, but uses her range and controls distance very well. She can be technical, but she can be grappled at times, sometimes. She has 12 takedowns in her last 4 fights. She has been grappling as of recent. She's coming off of that brutal cut stoppage over Mayra Bueno Silva at UFC 303. I will say Mayra Bueno Silva, in my opinion, was winning that fight. She was winning that fight against Macy Chiasson, but it happens. It is what it is. This is going to be a very difficult fight to predict. At close odds, I'm going to have to go with low confidence Ketlen Vieira to use her weight, strength, and control this fight to dictate the pace of this fight. Give me Ketlen by 29-28 decision. Maybe even Ketlen by KO or on points for more value. I'll go Ketlen Vieira by decision. Low confidence because Macy Chiasson, she's her. I'm not going to lie. Like, she has a lot of momentum. She's on a 2-fight win streak. She can definitely win this fight. I'm going to go Ketlen Vieira to win this fight. It's going to be very low confidence as of now. I might pick flip. I don't really like to pick flip a lot, though, because it doesn't really work in my favor. But give me Ketlen Vieira to win this fight. Let's go, my girl. Let's go. Up the card. Jeremiah Wells versus Andreas Gustafsson. Now, this is a fight where I've been expecting Andreas Gustafsson to fight for a while now. Andreas Gustafsson minus 300, Jeremiah Wells plus 250. Gustafsson is a hard grappler and can wrestle his way to victory with great technique and timing on his shots. Backs you up against the cage, looks for the right timing on his shot selection, and then he shoots. Gustafsson is on a 3-fight win streak, beating Tony Lampin by KO, Dominic Schuber by KO, and a successful Dana White Contender Series win over Pat Pitlick by KO with knees to the head. Gustafsson has heavy hands and decent striking. He sets up his takedowns, which is something that not many do. He sets up his takedowns. A lot of these guys don't set up their takedowns. And that's what I like about Gustafsson. He can land some good elbows once on top and always hunts for a finish. Matched up against Jeremiah Wells, a well-rounded athlete with a record of 12-4. Good hands, can throw a little wild, eat one to give one. He's a BJJ black belt, mixes in with his American wrestling with great BJJ. He has been away for a year. Ring rust might be there for Jeremiah because of inactivity. Gustafsson was supposed to make his UFC debut a while ago, Now he is finally here, facing off against Jeremiah. Jeremiah was beating Carlston Harris before he lost to Carlston Harris by anaconda choke, I believe. Close fight with Max Griffin, too. Gustafsson by KO on points. I like Gustafsson by third round KO, but we know that double chance always comes in clutch just in case it's a Ruzy Bov situation. Jeremiah has way more experience, so this can get dicey very quick. Give me Alexander Gustafsson to win this fight, guys. On his UFC debut, it's a little bit sketchy. I'm going to go Gustafsson to win this fight, guys. He comes from Dana White Contender Series, so that's what makes me have a little bit more trust in him. Give me Gustafsson for the dub. I'll go by third round TKO, if not by 29-28 unanimous decision. Let's go. Jafel Filho versus Allan Nascimento. This is a banger fight as well. Allan Nascimento minus 130. Jafel Filho minus 105. This fight was supposed to happen last August. Got canceled because Allan pulled out. This is a close fight odds-wise. Two Brazilians going at it. Only 20-6. Allan Nascimento is 3-2 in his last 5. He can't really wrestle that well, in my opinion. Allan loves to slug it out. He eats one to give one, hangs in the pocket more often than I'd like him to. Allan can get controlled over and over and over again. He has a 26% takedown accuracy and an even lower 16% takedown defense. Massive red flag. He's coming off of that good underdog win over Carlos Hernandez, who we just saw get subbed by Hong Sung Park quickly. And how good is Hong Sung Park, man? Matched up against BJJ Beast, Jafel Filho. Jafel creates chaos, doesn't have the most technical striking. He's great, has good speed, great takedown defense as well. Filho is on a 2-fight win streak, beating Daniel Barez by arm triangle and Ode Osborne most recently by rear naked choke. Jafel is the fighter who almost just subbed Muhammad Markaev. He managed to submit Ode in the first round. I expect Jafel Filho to finish this fight by sub. He's faster, better takedown defense, and he's more active. But only... Okay, so this is where it's going to get really dicey. This is going to get really dicey. Jafel Filho only has one win by decision, I believe. I believe he only has one win by decision, I believe. Allan has never been finished, so that's what makes this very, very dicey. Give me Jafel Filho by sub or on points. Maybe even a rear naked choke or arm triangle. Allan at only 33 has a chance, but I like Jafel Filho by sub or points. Give me Jafel Filho by submission or on points. What I like about these fighters, guys, is the matchmaking. I like it when they reschedule some fights that were supposed to happen a while ago and then they happen now. Give me Jafel Filho by submission or on points. I'm going to go by rear naked choke or by 29-28 unanimous decision. Let's go, my guy, Jafel Filho. Main card time, baby, main card time. We only got 5 fights on the main card, so let's get it. Zach Reese minus 330. Duško Todorović plus 220. Excuse me, guys. I actually almost spilled my whole water. 5-5 main card. Here we go. Zach Reese can have solid power, use his height and reach to his own advantage. At only 8-2, Zach has faced pretty tough competition so early into his career. His only 2 losses are by KO to Cody Brundage and Asmat Bekov. And if you guys know Asmat Bekov, how good Asmat Bekov is, look at what he did to Ryan Loder, guys, not too long ago. Zach Reese can get out-grappled pretty easily. He's a very heavy-handed with 5 TKOs in the first round. Zach Reese always hunts for subs off of his back. Zach Reese didn't even try to get up off of his back against Asmat Bekov. Matched up against Duško Todorović. Duško is 2-3 in his last 5. At 12-5, he will be looking to break his 2-fight losing skid with a win over Zach Reese. Duško's most recently lost to Christian Leroy Duncan and Mansour Abdul Malik. He got finished in both fights, but I will say Duško he's still a fighter. He will always be a fighter. He will always be down to fight. Duško is a technician with volume on his side. He can mix in a takedown as well. Lands almost 6 significant strikes per minute. He can be chinny. Duško will be looking to create chaos. If Zach Reese keeps chasing subs off of his back, I'm done picking Zachary Reese. I'll take Zach Reese by KO, low confidence. Give me Zach Reese by KO or on points. Don't chase subs. Do not chase subs. If I'm in Zach Reese's corner, I'm going to smack him and I'm going to tell him, do not chase submissions. Get up off of your back and stop chasing submissions off of your back because you can definitely win this fight. And losing to Asmat Bekov, no shame in that. That guy is a beast. Give me Zachary Reese by KO. I'm going to go third round TKO. Let's go, my guy. Let's go. Dustin Jacoby versus Bruno Lopez. A banger scrap right here. If you guys don't know, Dustin Jacoby had that famous Usman Masvidal performance where he landed that over Vitor Petrino. Dustin Jacoby minus 185, Bruno Lopez plus 130. Dustin Jacoby's 20 wins, 9 losses, and 1 draw. 11 TKOs in the first round, 1 in the second, and 1 in the third. 1 sub win, and 6 wins by decision. This is a banger scrap. Dustin is a very good kickboxer. He fought Alex Pereira. His chin has been cracked though. He can be technical. 62% takedown defense. He's coming off of one of his best performances yet with a beautiful right cross on Vitor Petrino. Put him out cold and he fraud checked him. He can shoot a takedown, and if you stuff it, he throws an uppercut and he throws some cheeky shots. So he likes to mix in his takedowns. You defend his takedowns. He mixes in with a nice uppercut. Matched up against Bruno Lopez. Bruno Lopez is 14-1. His only loss is to Brenson Ribeiro by TKO straight right to hammer fist. Bruno Lopez is on a 3-fight win streak. A forward pressure who's beaten Marcos Brigadio by arm triangle, Mikhail Zaziani by KO punches to the body, and Magomed Gaziula by decision. Bruno Lopez has great volume, throws good strikes, but he can be drawn into a brawl way too often. His win over Magomed, he has 5 takedowns in that fight, which is a very good performance. Dustin doesn't like forward pressure. This is a very sketchy fight. The pick is going to be low confidence for now, Dustin Jacoby, but he was losing that fight to Vitor Petrino on the scorecards. Petrino ran into that shot. Jacoby's the pick, but this is a sketchy fight, guys. Sketchy fight. 1-800-GAMBLER type of fight, in my opinion. Give me Dustin Jacoby to win this fight by unanimous decision, maybe even by KO on points. I'll go by 29-28. Dustin Jacoby. Give me Dustin Jacoby for the dub. But Bruno Lopez might just crack his chin. Let's go, my guy, Dustin Jacoby for the dub. Let's go. Billy Ray Golf versus Song Kong Ko. Correct me if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Song Hong Ko. Plus 125. Billy Ray Golf minus 175. That's a little bit of a tongue twister. Song Hong Ko. Song Hong Ko is on a 4-fight win streak, beating Jung Young King, Ryeta Sakura, and Alwin Kanakai. And most recently, a successful Dana White Contender Series debut over Igor Calvacanti. Great decision win. Suk Kong Ko, only 2 losses are by KO, first and second round. Ko, we're going to call him Ko. Ko can work in takedowns, has yet to win by submission though. He is very heavy-handed, wild. He has a very good sprawl. Once down, he is not that urgent to get back up on his feet. Ko is 31. Matched up against Billy Ray Golf. Billy Ray Golf is very new to the UFC. Only 1-1 in the UFC. He is 4-1 in his last 5. With a very good performance. It was a decision loss to Trey Waters, but it was a very good performance. That fight was a war. Billy has 7 TKOs, 2 wins by decision, and he will be looking to wrestle and implement his high cardio, high volume pace. His most recent fight against Trey Waters was an absolute war, and you could argue that it could have won his weight. Billy Ray Golf can get a little bit way too wild sometimes. I think he should be able to get the job done. Billy Ray Golf, money line is the play. I think he can win 2 rounds out of 3 and edge out a decision win. Hong Sung Ko will throw the entire kitchen sink at Billy Ray Golf, but give me Billy Ray Golf to win this fight. Billy used to fight in Bellator for a bit. He has 2 wins in Bellator. He's very experienced, but at only 9-3, guys, he's very new to the UFC, guys. So a lot of these guys are new. Give me Billy Ray Golf to win this fight over Sung Young Ko, but we know Ko always brings it. He's going to throw the entire kitchen sink. It's his debut. He's from South Korea, so you know that this guy's a very good athlete. Give me Billy Ray Golf. Let's go USA, my guy. Let's go Billy Ray Golf for the dub. Co-main event, let's get it. Co-main event, Matus Gamarat versus Ludovic Klein. Matus Gamarat, minus 145. Ludovic Klein, plus 105. Very good co-main event. Finally, one of my most anticipated elite matchups in a while on an Apex card. It's very rarely that we get a very good implementation to the division fight that's this important on an Apex card as the co-main event. We just had Bellator versus Paul Craig as the co-main event. Look at this co-main event. It can't get better than this, especially on an Apex card. I don't think this is an Apex card. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's going to be a very good card. Oh, it is an Apex card. It is an Apex card. So it's going to be a very good matchup. I know one thing for sure. This will be a banger. Matus Gamarat is coming off of that robbery loss to Dan Hooker, but you could argue it could have went to Dan Hooker. Very close fight. That's Matus Gamarat's fault for making it closer than it should have been. Prior to that, he was on a 3-fight win streak, beating Jalen Turner by split, Rafael Fiziev, and RDA. His only 3 losses in the UFC are to Guram Kutsaladze, Benil Dariush, and Dan Hooker in super close fights. Gamarat is a hard wrestler looking to apply a relentless pace. He gets dropped way too often, and he got dropped by RDA, he got dropped by Benil Dariush, and he got dropped by Dan Hooker as well. I don't think they counted that Dan Hooker drop, though. He has been dropped 6 times out of his 10 UFC fights. That's a terrible, terrible stat. That's a massive red flag. But he does have that great recovery. This guy's like Nate Diaz. But he can wrestle. Gamarat's most notable performances are Armin Saryukian, Diego Ferreira, Jeremy Steffens, Rafael Fiziev, and RDA. Matched up against Ludovic Klein, an amazing striker from Slovakia, with an amazing resume of 23-4-1. He did go to a draw with Jai Herbert, but that was 2 years ago. He is on a 6-fight win streak, not including the draw. He has a great... So his notable performances are over Mason Jones, Ignacio Bahamondes, Thiago Moises, and most recently went the distance with Roosevelt Roberts. He uses his speed, accuracy to his own advantage, good kicks, good jab, always sets up his strikes, has a 90% takedown defense, and he can wrestle if he has to. He couldn't finish Roosevelt Roberts if his life depended on it, though. And that's a little bit of a red flag in my opinion. You should have been able to finish Roosevelt Roberts, but it is what it is. Experience, more ring time. It is what it is. You gotta win. The thing about Gamrot is he's super chinny, and he is always in a super close fight. He has went to split decision 3 times out of 14 decision wins. This is such a close fight, but Gamrot being chinny and being forced to shoot after a bad exchange can make this look like Gamrot is losing this fight in the judges' eyes. If Ludovic Klein lands a nice 1-2 and Gamrot's shooting off the rip, or he gets hurt and he's shooting off the rip, you know the judges are gonna like what Ludovic Klein is doing. Sometimes when you're off of a bad exchange and you're shooting, it seems like a desperation shot. And sometimes with Gamrot's takedowns, I know he chain wrestles, but it can look like he's losing the fight because of how desperate he is for the takedown and how open he is for shots getting tagged up. It's going to be a little bit of a medium confidence. I like the over 2.5. I like the plus 3.5 for Ludovic Klein as well. Plus 3.5 for Ludovic Klein. Maybe if they get a little bit more wider. The pick is going to be Gamrot by 29-28 unanimous decision. I'm going to go medium confidence. Give me Gamrot to win this fight due to the wrestling. I will say this is going to be a banger scrap, man. I can even see Ludovic Klein winning this fight. This is like Sadiq Youssef, Marion Santos, but even better. Take both of these guys in a different parlay, guys, different slips. There's value on both sides. Plus 3.5 for Ludovic Klein. Give me Mateusz Gamrot to win this fight 29-28 after losing the first round due to Ludovic Klein's pressure. And then Mateusz Gamrot starts grappling heavy. Second and third round. Let's go, my guy. But I will say, with these wrestlers, a lot of the knees to the body are open. Ludovic Klein could definitely work that body of Mateusz Gamrot. But give me Gamrot to win this fight by 29-28 unanimous decision. Main event time, boys and girls. Macy Barber versus Erin Blanchfield. I think this is a very competitive matchup. I know a lot of people don't like this matchup. They don't like the main event. It's a women's main event. I think it's a very good matchup. And I think there's some very high stakes for this matchup. Minus 205 for Erin Blanchfield. Macy Barber plus 145. Main event of the evening. One thing for sure, we'll definitely be able to see the second round with this fight. Because sometimes, like, I get my food, I'm trying to watch the main event, and then it's over. It's the first round, over. This one, we can sit back, we can relax, we can enjoy this fight. Or maybe it ends inside the distance. Main event time. This is one of my most anticipated fights on the card. I know a lot of people don't anticipate this fight, but this is one of mine. The winner of this fight is 2 or maybe even 1 good win away from a title shot. Erin Blanchfield, 13-2, ranked number 4. Macy Barber, 14-2, ranked number 5. They have very similar resumes, guys. Very similar. 13-2, 14-2. Very similar resumes. And they faced a little bit of the similar competition, such as Miranda Maverick. Erin Blanchfield's only 2 losses are to Tracy Cortez by split decision and Mana Farah by unanimous decision. Erin Blanchfield, after losing to Tracy, which was a split decision, went on a 9-fight win streak. She then lost to Mana Farah, but then she beat Rose Namajunas by a dominant decision win. And I say dominant because she lost the first 2 rounds to Rose, but then she dominated the 3rd round, the 4th round, and the 5th round against Rose Namajunas. She looked amazing. I actually picked Erin Blanchfield against Rose Namajunas after doing tape study. That's why tape study is very important, guys. Notable performances for Erin Blanchfield are Tyler Santos, Jessica Andrade, Rose Namajunas, Miranda Maverick, and JJ Aldrich. Erin is a hard grappler with wrestling background. At only 26, she improves each and every single one of her fights. And I liked how she looked against Mana Farah. I know she didn't have much to offer for Mana Farah, but if you guys remember, she landed a nice head kick on Mana Farah in the 5th round. She has good volume, very high volume, averages 2 takedowns per fight, averages almost 6 significant strikes per minute. She has had 9 minutes of control time against Rose, matched up against Macy Barber. Macy's great striking, high volume, cardio, can mix in some takedowns as well. Macy has some power in her hands. The way she did Amanda Ribas was so dirty. That was by far one of my favorite performances from Macy Barber to watch. Watch Macy Barber versus Amanda Ribas. That fight was crazy. She does have a 53% takedown defense, and she has been taken down 12 times. A little bit of a red flag, but she does have that urgency to get right back up. Her win over Katlyn Chikagian was beautiful display of Macy's great striking and takedowns. Maycee Barber's only 2 losses are to Roxanne Maderafi and Alexa Grasso. I remember when Roxanne retired. It was a beautiful retirement. She's a veteran, Roxanne. Very good veteran. Maycee Barber then went on a 6-fight win streak, beating Miranda Maverick, Montella De La Rosa, Jessica Ai, Andrea Lee, Amanda Ribas, and her most recent performance, her best performance yet, Ketlen Chikagian or Samanera. Maycee Barber has been pretty inactive. She hasn't fought in a year. In 2 months, I believe. This will be a super close fight. I can even see this fight being 2-2 heading towards the 5th. Erin might get tagged a little bit. She has a solid chin, and she can download data very well. She hit Manafaro with that beautiful head kick because of her data. She was able to analyze how Manafaro sometimes tends to exchange it. She tends to exit with her head open and a little bit to the side. So Erin Blanchfield she capitalized off it and threw a nice head kick, wrapped around Manafaro's head, hurt her for a little bit. Shows that Erin Blanchfield is always in a fight. No matter how many rounds she's losing, she is always in a fight. Erin is going to be the pick to continue, march forward, get the takedowns, control this fight. Maybe Erin loses the first 2 like she did against Rose Namajunas, but Erin's cardio is a beauty. It's a thing to watch. I like Erin Blanchfield by submission on points. Maybe the over 4.5. I can definitely see one of these girls finishing the other. This is going to be a very high level fight. Macy hasn't fought in over a year. Give me Erin Blanchfield to win this fight by wrestling and control. What I'm thinking is it's going to look a little bit like maybe Rose Namajunas. Maybe, not completely. I can definitely see Maycee Barber maybe winning the 1st and 3rd. Maybe Erin winning the 2nd and 4th. And then it being 2-2 heading towards the 5th. And then one of these girls has to push it to the limit in order to win the 5th round. One thing I know for sure is if it's 2-2 heading towards the 5th, I know my girl Erin Blanchfield will push it. She has better cardio. She has in my opinion, she has very good fight IQ. Her wrestling technique is perfect. Her shot selection is very good. Sometimes she struggles to get the fight down, but once down, she hunts submissions, and I like Erin Blanchfield by submission on points. Give me Erin Blanchfield to win this fight by 48-47, 49-46, and 48-47. Unanimous decision, but it can even be a split decision. I'm going to go Erin Blanchfield for the dub. I like Erin by submission on points. If I have to choose the submission, I'll probably say maybe a rear naked choke. Let me know what you guys think, guys. Let me know who you guys got. And let me know what you guys think of this card. What do you guys rate this card 1 through 10? In my honest opinion, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. I'm optimistic. I love the co-main, Ludovic Klein versus Gamrot. Very good card. Marco Mederos. I'm excited to see Marco Mederos back. Let me know your most anticipated fight. I'll see you guys in the next one, guys. The best is blessed, baby. God bless. Let's get it. Almost to 2,400, guys. So if you guys haven't, let's get it. No UFC this week. So stay tuned. Hit the bell. I'll see you guys in the next one. Let's get it. Peace. Hey.